discussions and I say Dr. Palgrave Boakye-Danquah, lecturer UPSA and African National Coordinator work for president. Beka Ohene Japan Kennedy for presidency, you know, ejuma any ababidi and komo any ababidi sisiano. Doc, bibi aboko dia morning.
Kojo nyamia do me hoye medase so
on mic
medase
as me hu ache kakra
I feel we me hu
yeah no
medase France wa mama yakwenye na enda no pa me wojumba ku bia me pese meto ema Kennedy Japan.
Okay.
My spirit actually me say I should sing this song.
Nice one.
And to permit me to sing.
Eradijina
mechi se odo berima ni ho yehu okumaye enshira da 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 michirio botembi obotambi nierade oyerade michirio botembi obotambi nierade Kennedy Japan erade jina wechi se odo berima neho yehu okumawo yeshira da 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 da. Good morning, Michia Honorable Kennedy Japan, baby Obia, Michia Hokafo, Mama Christie, Michia campaign team for Michia all regional teams, regional coordinators, grassroots for Omobon Paye, Unyankoponya, Kennedy Adom Nombrambe, Frank Antuni, Emma New Patriotic Party. Me who say you may be a with him. And in Tumana New Patriotic Party, as I say, a crano, me who say it is coming back. Now, on the 31st of January 2026, the New Patriotic Party, as we know it, from Yenananom JB Danquah so 1945, Pagran to Nom, William Ofriata, Edward Kufuado Nom, Penifonom Koye, Progress Party, John Ajekum Kufuor, Jego Kanta, Bachebi Lamte, Hakman Nom, the New Patriotic Party. Soon na, ye hear Emma Yetume did just out to me, no. I see it coming back. And that leadership is coming with Honorable Kennedy Japan. Now what we be amebaha because as a who watch it. And you are sitting in a very good seat. When you have the boss himself on the seat, then you know that everything is under control. And I'm happy to be here.
I'm also happy to see you here. But yes, before I'm about Kennedy Japan matters and the NPP matters, you were the former government spokesperson on security and governance, right? This issue of cyber, this issue of romance scam, and it looks as if subsequent governments find solutions to solve these problems, and it's increasingly becoming a problem. Digital economy is not too sure as to how we have to be safe and all that. I mean, your take on these issues?
You know, Kojo, we are not safe in this country. I'm not joking. In fact, sometimes okay, we are not safe. You need substantive minister for defense.
Okay, yes.
And my deepest condolences to Omani family. You know, deepest condolences to him. But defense, maybe a hunya. Enuntina in the constitution, yes, so mampeni enwie no jumana oko nechia. They immediately they swear in the vice president. And no ma John Dramani Mahama. No ye atamils abedi echi. Atamils sebe onya the baby call you know. John Dramani Mahama ebe president. Na me dream say I was expecting minister ade ho say nanka omane no nsem ni si ye no. Nanka the president or the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Nankesi so assume that role as Minister for Defense immediately.
Okay.
Imra, I mean it's not constitutional, but it's say assembly siniti no. Nankesi so relinquish that to Ato Forcing. Obi a share the Ghanaian economy as finance minister. Now me, I was expecting say he would take that up as the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces and say in the interim, Ansana obe decided on who obe babe the substantive minister for defense, and he's taking that responsibility.
Is it possible that way?
Of course, it's possible. It's happened several times.
Okay.
Now we've had head of states in this country. Normally, head of the defense ministry. We've had that already before. He should have done that. But anyway, we feel you and Abba, and the first thing I'm doing is immediately from coming from UN at the backbench of Inyema Esi Ghana since the 15th of January. Eba Abesi just yesterday, and approach military form me who some uniform. I was sad for this country, utterly scandalized. Say, how is it? Say, a military people in military uniform. The Ghana police achiom. It's embarrassing for us as a country. It's embarrassing, utterly embarrassing. I don't know. Minim say to me adrein wafa. Yet to Chrome 48,000 people have been displaced in a military country like Burkina Faso, in the Bindiri. Almost 48,000. Make right, the say be about 60,000. Now, me didn't say be to on the Ghana Refugees Board, Ghana Health Service, and the Ministry of Health. Say, almost outbreak of cholera, almost outbreak of COVID-19, almost outbreak of monkeypox, almost outbreak of fever. Because Sanyamana issue was wrong, no, it tells you say we are not safe. Minya, oka cyber honsem no. Then I'm happy. Nyama Minijini say, Honorable Kennedy Japon, at the time I know you're a member of parliament. Now or chair the communication committee of parliament. Now minyantiye fi Dr. Ntribu Esiakun say, ansana cyber security authority no, ye babe making sure say ye be setting it up no. Honorable Kennedy Japon was instrumental in that. Say honana Madam Osla, Ekufuwo as substantive minister. Inti ya buying and making sure say you put it together the Cyber Security Authority Act and the strategy. Dr. Ntribu Esiakun, or pioneer, very excellent gentleman. Inti I was scandalized again when John Dramani Mahama the account, social media account, was hacked. So this year, John Dramani Mahama social media account was hacked. And I was like, hey, what are we doing in this country? Now, if the president of Ghana's social media account can be hacked, then nobody is safe. But in India, in professionals. They have nothing to do with politics. Victimizing
him fam.
NCA and Cyber Security Authority. So Bekaya Osafumafu ba. No Yejuma NCA.
Yes.
Very intelligent guy. He has nothing to do with politics. No, he has risen up to be on the international level of security in terms of data protection and everything. And today, UPA go to NCA and ask, they can't find a replacement. But
what was his position there then?
Oh, you recheck again. Since readily it's not coming to mind. But you understand, he had a very, very influential role. I will make sure so protected the data of Ghana.
I like that. Very influential.
Yes, very influential. Technical. It was not political. Technical. He had no Yejuma Honum Krans and he's been working there. What he has here? Abaino bringing in the best of expertise into today. So it is as though John Dramani Mahama was not prepared to be president. Because Inyamani is gradually becoming like a committee-led presidency. Say yes, Osia CSOs. Could be somo nya onye about illegal mining. Hey, sir.
Yes.
UPSA president who the who right from day one you kickstart. But I'm not surprised. So can see a man honeymoon. See, why not? He's still enjoying honeymoon. But hey, maybe you do need. Look, if the security of the country is not safe, how much more cyber?
Okay, so he was Kwejo Jemfi Osafumafu. He was the director of cyber security.
Thank you.
At the National Communication Authority.
Thank you. Inti Minimpao, because me I don't know him personally, but now no ena nasemba menim inti I paid particular attention and I went to read about him in Juma Awaye and the fact that he was at the international level representing Ghana. Inti I was not surprised when John Dramani Mahama's account was hacked. I thought that he was president for all. So you see what Sam George is doing. Isn't it embarrassing? John Dramani Mahama had the code be to one say code of ethics. Now who a whole substantive minister for communication? Do you think say it will augur well for foreign investors to come into Ghana? Some will be investing into Ghana. They will think that the country, government victimizes international organizations. It's in Yemeni Duonuma, yeah. We must look at the interest of Ghana. Okay. I'm glad Sawubo or Safuma Funi Post. Also, know a director of what?
Oh, cybersecurity.
Yes, director of cybersecurity at NCA.
Yeah.
So why would I didn't know John Dramani Mohammed's account will not be hacked? And we should be prepared for more. Look,
if it's a political appointment,
it's not any political appointment. It's not political. This is a technical guy. He doesn't even do politics.
Okay.
Otias here. He doesn't even do politics.
Okay.
But clearly, the way forward is that look, if the government they can eat a humble pie, based on political idealization, if they can call them back in the interest of Ghana, they should. And almost immediately, John Dramani Mahama appointed a substantive minister for defense. On recalling parliament appointment committee, how can you be telling us all fighting illegal mining? Now you don't have a substantive minister for defense. Into one now you're meeting, who is representing this whole security sector at the defense ministry. At all force in the as economy, finance. No, we also as the why don't we? Issues now. These things must be nipped in the bud.
All right. Doc, yeah, I say, Dr. Palgrave Boakye-Danquah, or your lecturer, UPSA, and official national coordinator of Oak for president when it comes to Kennedy Japan. Now it's Oak. It means that Accra of Oak. You support Accra of Oak.
Oh, I love football.
You love football.
I support every Ghanaian football team. Yes, I support every Ghanaian football.
Yeah, but the Oak tree is strong.
Oh, Oak tree, it lives over 200 years.
Yes, so is Accra of Oak.
Of course, I love Accra of Oak. Now, you see, Gamanchaka and say they are hosting us. Or say Onyame. How do you say it in Ghana? Obake.
Yes,
so
Obake.
It's the Gamanche Michana no pay. Wakache and say Obake. It's Omu hosting. So I don't have a choice.
Done.
By the fact say me tenant in the capital of the Ga people, I am part of Obake and I am a house of folk. But I love Susupribi.
Yeah.
So I mean from Achime Boakye, I love Susupribi. I love Ashanti Kotoko.
Okay.
I love Kwewu United.
Yeah.
So I love Liberty. Chelsea,
Liberty.
Chelsea.
Yes,
So
Chelsea.
Tamale Papa Haruna the football club. Haruna Idrisu. Yes, or football club be Tamale. So I love local football.
Karela United.
Yes, Karela United.
Yes.
I love local football. Now the entity I love local football, they say in common I also with DSTV, it's clearly as a result of the fact that Omo monopolizes system, Omo authorized to be able to share all these Europa leagues in the world. We must give them a competition.
Okay.
Yes, and not local football. Two-thirds of them come from this continent of Africa. Why can't I your local football any attractive? Now you're creating content for that.
I get it. But that's the part. But before but cybersecurity issues, you did mention that Ora Kennedy say a fan and also be the party in terms of presidential now. Abema into my pa na ND's NPP wono ebe sign aba back. Edian into my pano edian pa na attachment a ama party no ohu ne send to my pa na nkomu fra enanu obi no eni hono mo a sisi ade o force say de Ora Kennedy Japan eba sisi a me no kase ya obetumi amasa adom no anasesa into my pano etumi aba edian pa na asesa
Accra party na ni enim no as it says no or as it is supposed to be in sanity. But Ekobia and and NPP no a party of traditions and essentially a party of generations. Now me the assembly to one no campaign office and I'm maybe we be 55 or by na neba nichi neba ne be 19 years old. When you admission, Elko you has. Mamani introduce you who say or your constituency women's organizer in one of the constituencies. Ghana. And no de nebani chiame say nebano a polling station women's organizer. And a mamene say or the nebani eba be chia Honorable Kennedy. It's answer no babe ye NPP Frank Katuni. Now what catch Honorable Kennedy say or no mamene or your women's organizer or constituency no fiba ye no. Ne papa and then share party anymore. Into a person in the banonsu ehu party penny for. And when I'm doing, when I'm say yes, the New Patriotic Party, Kojo, is a party of generation. Mameno, a person in banu who say that be so ni honoma party no in penny for any. That's the party of generations. Into yenya your dumb New Patriotic Party no. At some stage in our lives, maybe your papa your member, your mama your member, your wife your member, your nana your member, your nana council your member. It is just generation and a eba. What you say? But see, as we see it, it doesn't appear to be like the traditions of the party as we know it so called, the values of the party as we know it so called, the generational thinking nature of the party as we know it so called. As a yehu. Enuntina, so share the proponents of the Danquah Dombo Buzia tradition. Now we share the way our Professor Dubois here campaigning here a breaking culture of silence with Reku Brobe Radio Eye. Now we share young people are no muwomu at the time. But I will tell you something that I've begun to think about Amameniaje with the governance of President John Agyekum Kufuor. Obekaya. In the AFRC Mrenu in the 80s, and sana NDPC and PNDC Ebano, now Ghana was not safe. Nkofo bebre etu kwan eko into exile. So bekaya, ebiko Nigeria, ebiko America, ebiko Europe, ebiko Middle East. Nkofo bebre because some could seek political asylum. No, say the country was not safe for them. Now. Me kaipa in 1997-1998. Now my family were in exile near to Philadelphia, United States of America. Flag bearer John Agyekum Kufuor by US. At the time, now President Clinton and another president of the United States of America. Obaye no asemo katre yen Ghana for no. I was young then. Man papa call yo Obaye no same no katre. Asema President Kufuor and flag bearer katre yen say obia wako into exile obia mun bra back to Ghana. Namumbetu aba in the 2000 election. Namutu aba in the 2000 election na adia meyama munya and say me set up the National Reconciliation Commission. Inti adia President Kufuor ye ma Ghana a ye monumental and no a soft skill bi ode ba ye no. What you say was the fact that na Ghana at the time before the Fourth Republic insurgents na Ghana at the time had become a black country. Into President Kufuor brought healing. Emma Kufuor be brianomo call to exile. Ghana, become wasem, and they sought to forgive people for any atrocity somewhere. Into for me as I sit here as a product of near President John Agyekum Kufuor with the Reconciliation Commission. I man Kufuor be brianomo so beba Ghana no. Omo ba ya, omo atena hanoma, omo mba atena hanoma, omo mba wari omo awa omo so tena hanom. So it tells you, say Ghana is also a country of generations. Mm-hmm. Now there should never be a day and time. I will be who so we say Nikro Don Bahubi. Inti I'm glad with what President Kufuor did. Inti no seti tone and a narrative for the New Patriotic Party. Say ye party of unity. Ye party and ye drink Ghana for who, not just our party members. Ye drink the entirety of the Ghanaian people, the populace of Ghana. And no, those were the values I did for me, the UGCC. I was not there. Into so people can say, now watching Danquah, I was starting NPP say me, you join the NPP now or home debut. I did not need to be there at the time me NPP. But the fact that a party of generations, Ababeto no, Matibi. Into Matibino, I have an inclination of the so and your friend Subain, the character of the party. I have an inclination of it. Into Yakada Rocha Sema, I might not have met him, but me in Samoa, yes, you know what he stood for. Yaka JH Mensa Sema, I might not have met him, but I hear the things that he stood for. It is changing. It's going to be changing very soon. I am glad. Say the party has recognized says and we are in crisis.
Okay. And
Nuntina, flag bearership election from the top. Because you see, some person correctional leadership, you start from the top.
What is our proposal?
Well, even if I do not, it is the decision of the National Executive Council.
Okay.
I am guided to accept it.
Okay.
That is what our party stands for.
Okay.
The New Patriotic Party, say the decision of leadership must be fully understood and accepted. Even if you don't understand it, you must understand it and take it as it is.
Okay.
What you here? Okay. So the National Executive Council say, look, we have a leadership crisis. Okay. And that's true. Look, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has been the leader of the party for 16 years. John Ajikun Kufuor had been the leader of the party for 12 years. Into these two people are leading party, no, they have some sense of history. They can guide the generations ahead. But Imrana Yeti Dankwa Dombo Buzia tradition, young men omobe konye and making sure say NPP Jina Yeno Kennedy Japan was one of those. On the President Kufuor campaign in 1996, no necessary ambition for parliament, or recapture Ascent Central for the New Patriotic Party from 2000 to 2024, 24 years of parliamentary involvement. It's very clearly say New Patriotic Party no attorney Kev edu babia na yepe obia owo no from the beginning of the New Patriotic Party. Onim the values of the New Patriotic Party, onim the ethics and the ethos of the New Patriotic Party. Ne blood e bleeding with the New Patriotic Party, or see the sacrifices of the grassroots. I say, listen very well. So we call South Africa, everybody hails Nelson Madiba Mandela. Why? Because every South African consider him a hero.
Yeah, sure.
During the apartheid regime.
Yeah.
What you say, including Steve Biko, Noboko Sowe, Tony Nyema, the young people now no pay say, look, we need to get South Africa for ourselves. No, they are hailed. And today, Kennedy Japan must be hailed. He is the hero of the New Patriotic Party from 1992 till date. Kennedy Japan, the voice has been consistent, incredible.
All right. Looking at all these things that you said, one of the major things that Ayana Manfo Kambebre has to do with discipline. SSA Yeshema a party no etumi ejina and also on that. And people have said party leadership currently no lose to focus when it comes to discipline. Yet they are the same people almost change a man for us. So recently you've had issues with two major of your own political party campaigns, i.e. the Ashanti regional chairman of the NPP, and then you have the regional chairman of Buno also coming in with other issues. Make sure what and who come on about this, and of course I've even heard press akrana more at the Abano. Now you find the Buno man or the Buno NPP regional chairman calling your candidates an antichrist. And finding out, say the neighbor discipline committee in Ukraine, he want to prove, to even the discipline committee, the antichrist within the party as your candidate, and they even calling the bluff that we should even have a life, done, and he's ready to do that and all. Discipline versus some of these issues, and your candidate being called an antichrist.
Kojo, so yes, say Mr. T.
Yes.
Eradi jina wechi, se odo berima. Nihu yehu okuma yenjira da 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 material botambi Kennedy tree obutambi inti you see many the way entertainment I was brought up with the highest level of values and respect inti me use your platform to denigrate anyone. New Patriotic Party also no also. Now, it is wrong for a leading member of the party at the regional level, are we a member of the National Executive Council, to call a colleague, and not just a colleague, a senior member, more experienced, more exposed, more involvement in government. Kennedy, the governance we know span all the presidents of this Fourth Republic with the exception of Jerry John Rawlings, from Kufuor to Atta Mills to John Mahama I to Nana Addo Dankwa Fu. What you say? He's worked with four presidents in this Fourth Republic. It is unfortunate that Abronye would equate the one who is an antichrist. Maybe I'm a Christian. The one who is an antichrist, the features, Kennedy has none. The one who is an antichrist, who is against Christ. Antichrist is one who is against Christ.
Sure.
The one who is an antichrist, The features now, we know it from the scriptures. Kennedy doesn't represent one. But I'll tell you who Kennedy is.
Okay.
Kennedy is a Christian apologist. Nobody is a Christian apologist.
Tell me.
Billy Graham is an example of a Christian apologist. They stand for the defense of their faith. Peter, the apostle of Jesus Christ, is a Christian apologist. Paul, the apostle of Jesus Christ, is a Christian apologist. Thomas, Yesuma no call India. I will setting up the Thomasites in Bangalore. I've been there. I've traveled to 150 countries as a former Christian missionary. I know the things I'm talking about. It's when we talk about an antichrist. I don't want to call anyone an antichrist because Okasa, you don't understand the magnitude of what you are saying. Obia or Tiasebia would not take you serious. But it is our political party. So it is how ya allow in maybe Amakoso. Tina me if say the New Patriotic Party, the Progress Party, the UG Party, the party of traditions, values, sacrifice, volunteerism, and respect.
Discipline has fallen short.
There's none. Almost gone.
There's no discipline.
There's none. It's almost a case of the animal farm. It's almost the case of things being falling apart. Things are not going well. That is why, for me, the way a party need do now, I would have wished, say Nanka, after the 2024 general election, Nanka, in the wisdom of the National Executive Council, Nanka, some capture all the executives to step aside. Now, almost setting up interim steering committee. No more say we are looking into issues because look, Obia or yes senior member of the party named say 2024 general election was not run on the structures of the party in the way that it should have been.
Okay.
Obia nim said there was maybe it was sidestepped and it was overlooked. Oh, they say I don't even want to talk about it much because I know they say Michael Kwe report is inside. General Secretary say nobody has a copy. It means that near one of the flag bearers post for no Ekekano Oboni Trim Noka because he hasn't got a copy. That's what the General Secretary tells us.
Yeah, but
if we have to believe it. But you see, for me, the moment that you say you set up the Professor Michael Kwe committee, to investigate in now following up, all the national executives is a step aside. Everybody, from chairman right up to Nasara, step aside. Now you have National Executive Council, led by the chairman, Hakman Uswajimai, Ebusuapeni. Yes, almost there first.
Okay.
Hakman Uswajimai, Nanado Dankwe Kufado, John Ajekum Kufo, Mpenifo in the party. The Omumbe taking charge of the party as a steering committee. Until say a flag bearership election, BBR, it will be at them because you see, there's a lot of bias. Into indiscipline anymore.
A lot of bias.
How is it that a national executive who is a general secretary, it to me reprimand as a regional chairman, now we reprimand exchanging words with him. It tells you say party break it down. That is why for me, I got 4 months pay Nancy Sanyaba. I got 4 months pay Nancy Sanyaba and Kennedy Japan. Man of discipline, patriotism, honesty, trust, accountability, transparency. Sanyama now or they beba back into the New Patriotic Party. No, I am convinced. Say a dina ebu no. What you say? And they say obu time be nuntino will rebuild this party and recapture power.
Two issues I want to deal with. One has to do with the comment made by Wontumi, especially with the issue of election. No? I'm connecting it with the anti-election rigging squad now, Matiano. The essence of it now. Now, Wontumi comes up with that. Make us a calculation, and I say, BB say, Winty and a maintaining to really vote for Dr. Bawumia. What TNF I was saying? First one on that.
It's an unfortunate statement. Chairman Wontumi, he couldn't deliver Ashanti region. We know the results that came from Ashanti region. Couldn't deliver victory for us. Ashanti region is a stronghold. It's our firstborn. That's Ashanti region. It's our firstborn. New Patriotic Party. That's our firstborn. NDC appreciate in Ashanti region, and we see it from the data of the results. It's an unfair statement. He shouldn't have made that statement. What you say? I can consider it a exuberance of a chairman who is desperate.
Is it not the reality you are thinking it is experience of a chairman?
Unim. So we have an election committee in our campaign.
Anti-election rigging squad.
Good. We have an election committee. It is headed by Jojo Rock-Yobin.
Yes.
Former minister, regional minister. Now, the woman say you die, you to your pum.
Yes.
Because you didn't say you a conform into your boy home buying.
Okay.
You track more, you say seat belt because you feel say there will be a careless driver be somewhere. What you say? Into these are measures I did to two on Ama the architecture of the election no for who say we are policing this election and leaving nothing unturned. We have an eagle eye to look into this election and leaving nothing unturned. This election will not be rigged, cannot be rigged, and the mandate of the people is what will be declared.
But look, the man is telling you, sir, the existing executives no they are maintained because of the plan they have. I mean, even giving you an example of the man you mentioned, John Ejekum Kufuor's time. And these people cannot change their mind. That is why you don't see honum. And you're saying they can't do anything.
My main kind of credential. Canada, Japan, and a proposal, yes, all former executives and Brambeka delegate system. It was Canada, Japan's idea. On a proposal, that's why I'm telling you, say, you be a Danquah Dombo Buzia tradition, you're starting and no honum. What you say? And that's why Kennedy will win this election. Because the delegates run to Abano. They are John Ajekum Kufuor's delegates, former appointees under John Ajekum Kufuor. Remember that. What you say? Omo Kennedy. Omoni Kennedy aye juma from 1992 till date. Yes. Kennedy is winning this election. Delegates run to Abano no. They are Nana Danquah Kufuor delegates. Senameka you know. We have had two leadership in this party.
Yes.
Babedi president. Yes. John Ajekum Kufuor for 12 years was a leader of our party. Nana Danquah Kufuor for 16 years was a leader of our party. Indeed, these are their delegates. Now, then a Canadian delegates for in this country. There's not a single constituency parliamentary candidate. Election, Kennedy has not gone there to campaign for the person. I'm telling you, fact. From 1992, 1996, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020, and even the 2024 general election, Kennedy went across the country with his own resources. Echo campaigning my parliamentary candidates.
And with all this, Eastern Region tells you that I have given 15 of the MPs to another candidate, Dr. Bawumia, and you're still saying still no Kennedy has grounds.
Kojo, what's a brofo? You can't say be a blipper. Saying. What happened in Eastern Region is a blip. You can't say be a blipper. It's a blip. There's nothing that exists like that. We have 34 constituencies in the region.
Yes, and you currently have 25 out of it.
My brother.
And 15. Do not other candidates.
Do not be troubled.
But they declared it.
My brother Jai.
When?
Oh, Jai. Of course I saw it. But Jai, it's not a true reflection of what is on the ground. I'm telling you, when people are desperate, almost putting desperate measures in place, PR gimmicks. What you say? Clearly, it's a clear PR gimmick. What you say? They be any Kennedy transia or saying they do. A Jumano of phone or saying they. Kennedy is one person on pictures to trade unnecessarily. What you say? Because every day he wants to protect the interest of people. What time can I say? There are thousands of people on mobile campaign office. Thousands of former appointees on mobile to pledge their support for Kennedy. Thousands. And when he has a better picture, and when he has a better say, we have many of them. May say, oh, they're trained. Say about to a delegate election. Send your Tibia Kennedy. We need this election now. You be who am to Abamano.
But doc, and who I mean, my friend said, Mr. Doctor, I not on prayer. I mean, is on. You have Kingsley Ajiman, even your own constituency area. Who now all these gentlemen are supporting Dr. Bawumia. You are saying that it is not a problem. Samuel Wuku, these are serious, dedicated party faithfuls. MPs are almost strength. Our Eastern Regional. And you're saying it is not?
It is mere politics. Look, I respect all the people. Almost your more endorse their candidate. But I'm telling you, it won't go anywhere. Hey, maybe I don't know who be any party anymore. What you say? Obia a former appointee. Into who be any party name. Delegates and now also influence on them. No, there's almost no more drinks. Almost almost penny. I'm being if party name. Almost pay bibia momba. No more senia. Nkofo bi di almost fast years ago na. Almost drinks. Why? Into the endorser, it is you alone. And yeah, dear, representing constituency now of Hobano. Maybe constituency. There are about 523 or 527 delegates. That is at the way polling station, election area coordinators, and then the constituency executives. Yes, Pandina, it will be more because there will be former appointees on Beba. Yes. So I've not even factored that. About you expanding the now they call even 700 or 800. I can tell you from the information that Minya feed the ground. There are two people are almost very influential in my constituency. Almost doko two other places. But majority of the delegates, frame is Kennedy. I'm telling you. And look, Kennedy is for the grassroots. Grassroots for no penal. Say Monday, Yoko Kumasi, near Siako Jumaka Ashanti region. Me share Kennedy t-shirt. Look, the t-shirt is more popular than me, the human being. Baby, I do ye bia, obia ne mekasaye. And look, unko form ne mekasaye, no. A senior people, almost a mumbo modern, na mumfanembra, na se mo de neba, yen, ye beba weka campaign, no. Do you see what is happening? Middle class now, because of a niebia party aye ni niema intina omo city aloof no. Baby, look, I meet medical doctors. I engage them. I meet professionals. I engage them. Omo nya kasa omo can say, look, bring a better candidate. Because ni awe no mo yeno, and omo kase ni awe no mo yena, omo si na NDC yeno, omo hoso. If bring a better candidate.
In your own constituency you're talking about, you have a Honorable Nana Kwame Frimpong. I mean, being your
Buffalo, yes,
Buffalo
I know
and all that. And you think that the influence, you think that a consistency with a omo kasa and all that in order to get to the constituency level. Emfa.
Debbie. Emfa. No. Emfa. And I don't want to. You see, when somebody is an MP, a soldier is because he was raising up. What I say to be part of the governance structure of the country. To me, person can and who send be what I say because Buffalo de Madame Fo, many call Legon. What I say, and many standing election. So election, I'm a Kobe. So of course, why not? It's common knowledge. Everybody knows that.
Okay, so you believe in consistency, right?
No, I believe in results.
Yeah, but you first of all need to understand that you believe in consistency. That is why you want to go for the second time.
But second time, I mean, can't say I'm in the next election.
No, I get it. But
I will go again, but I can't say I'm in the next election.
But consistency is something you believe in.
Oh, because Kennedy has been consistent. Right?
I just want to establish
of course. Maybe I will go into
you believe in consistency.
I believe in faithful consistency yield the results.
But it's still consistency.
Of course, consistency is consistency. And because Kennedy has been consistent.
Why won't you allow consistency to run?
Because consistency ran, from 1992, all the flag bearers in they have performed better than the parliamentarians put together. We have the data here. I can pull it out for you to see. They have performed better than all the parliamentarians put together. In this election, I call 2024, your flag bearer, he performed low. Only 4 million plus votes. Parliamentarians put together, you 5 million plus votes.
Flag bearer and a problem and a party problem.
Oh, it's a problem with the flag bearer. Oh, no, leader.
Party problem.
No. Now, when Anton, hey, brass, out here. Oh, you host to Harum. When Anton program, are you not the best person to sell your program? Who invited me some brand in your program now? What on? What you say? Unim say, the Mebahano, when your followers, me, may your live TikTok.
Okay.
I mean, your live TikTok.
Nice
just right now. What I say? Into him, so Ubenya more eyeballs in him. Out there. Intina. Oh, it's a baby cry. Anyway, Intina, did you understand what I'm saying? Clearly, that's what it is. What I say? Why we can do no out on John Ajukunku for no tono. And now Opuli parliamentarians in that long. Nanado Danquah for no tono. In fact, Nanado Danquah for the first time of standing here called the election, no call by election or the call runoff.
Yes, runoff.
What I say? Emma Atamils winning with 28,000 or 23,000 our time. What I say? 2012 election. Nanado Danquah for appreciate it more and more. 2016 election, we appreciate it. 2020 election, we have 6 million plus votes. An extra 1 million from 2016 election, 5.7 to 6.7. What you say? Now you just 6.7 amount. At least maintain it. What you say? Into na me say me person me call constituency in seminar ekoso because me minimum results e buy in constituency. The NDC has been consistent with omo candidate omo present here. As you see MC. Since your margin between NPP and NDC is 733. 733.
Okay.
In Mrana JB Danquah Dumiame of our no, the margin was large. Large. MPP by a margin started say quiet. In fact, to be fair, in this past election, I was told say there's some underground work be say there were some people be now almost antagonizing against the candidate of Buffalo. Until almost said that someone gets get a blast, and all of those other things. Until that can account to that. What I say? Me, I wish Buffalo well. You understand? I won't contest him. I've told him that I won't contest him. He's a young man like me. What you say? We call Parliament as an opposition MP. Me another 10 man now. I'll let him go. You understand? Yes. I mean, I won't contest him. But so can I say go for another person? Why not? Me they may contest here later in the future. That is what the former flag bearer should have done. Keso train on humeso. So near Biden here, you know, nyasa womo. Keso train on humeso. Ni ma bi wo no ma. O ya wo humeso. So when wo yire enya sema. So, ubeka so di otrani akasa. Esa nse sunye manyansa. Sana mpenifo ne kire yo sunye e manyansa. Nti se sunye tumi manyansa. Keso train. Ohome so. Ohwe Ghanaian economy ni nya or steady ni ye. No who say look. Inyama na wo ka a crazy for no mo ntiase yo. A crazy for no. John Mahama den kokko ketinketi aba be win election. That's what Mahama has done. Mahama den kokko ketinketi aba be win election.
But I'm ton and I am one of moton my.
Oh, my brother, me say one out on home. That man can't just say Kennedy t-shirt and me share.
Yeah.
I just wore the t-shirt too. The t-shirt was more popular than me. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is effortless to sell Kennedy. And yet me say me share the t-shirt. Everybody airport on that video. My big man.
Popularity versus work. Which one is more effective for you?
Both. Unyuma no and the man we popular. Unjuma ne ma oye popular. That's it. It's like a chicken and egg situation. Unjuma and the ma oye popular. Kojo uti hey juma wo ye no and the man ko form wo abontie bodin. Me boache dan kwamiti hey me ye TikTok live ya se me hu sanya me ye ni. Me nim se gusu wo so ana se ni so me se wo so. Oti ase all those things no me njuma na me ye no and obi beka se oh mitio wo Kessben. Mitio wa ha me njuma no. Oti ase and that's what it is. Inti se wunjuma no anso eni a wonya popular and no matter how you think you are wunjuma no enso me say Mahama den kokon ketinketi be win election over all the things that were being done. What I say it tells you that all politics is local. Who localize the issue now be man ko for to abama nana do dan ko ekufu odon free senior high school or they be win election. What I say, John Ajekunku for and free maternal health not even winning election.
But you all promise us with the same man you are talking about now.
My brother,
I mean, digital plus
Kennedy. No, it did not win us an election.
Yes, but you believed in that.
Oh, bro,
Kennedy. And you believed in the man.
Debbie Brat Tobo, Osono no, Nyosuno be na baby, Yasumno. Sano Suno Nizumanity. What you say? Kennedy see all the jobs, neighbor.
Ohana meba.
Yes.
Meba hosisia no wache DNT awofo say.
Yes.
SSA ne Dr. Kennedy. Anasa menka no ohene
Ejepon Kennedy.
Oak. Yene no ebet nante anasa yento abana man. Ba menka cho say me name Dr. Palgrave Boakye-Danquah or lecturer UPSA office or national coordinator. Emma the ohene Ejepon Kennedy for president no yene no edin komo. Tell us. Edinti and now for say ohene Ejepon Kennedy delegates and to Aba and man no only di NPP for him. 5 minutes is yours. Tell us, convince us.
Kojo Medasi, World Bank for the krata be tuja na watching say in memoir 500,000 enter into the public space in terms of omupejuma labor market. 500,000 in memoir every single year. Mobile into the job market. Now look, if we are saying no say uko suku, now uwe suku, the next thing you want is sustainable job. And your job awunya anu wejayo. Me, I've gone to Malta multiple times. Malta kroni nipa nendosu. Utumi jaye juma and dead 10 o'clock. By 12, you get a new job. That's how Malta is. Because in Juma wohono no edosu si nipa mo kroni. And I'll say it again. In Juma Ewo Malta, as I speak to you today, in Juma Ewo Honum no, Edos saying omwo krom honum. Inti Malta, so to me Jai Juma and there 9:30. By 12, you have a new job. And that is where we must get to as a country. And Kennedy is jobs. Nipa Bako, we're creating over 7,000 jobs. And I think that is being stated over and over again. The business acumen and in the entrepreneurial mind, and no de baby ruling Ghana. Ghana is going to become a business country. What you say? Say what buying any honoma want to mean cause all unemployed. Because the way Kennedy ever building the private sector, it creating an enabling environment to make sure that the young people have a future in this country. No other government has been able to do that. And that's what Kennedy is bringing. He's bringing jobs. I can't overstate it. Jobs. What you say? Ejuma hu hiama nipa o. Sende wo kojo yetu aka 10,000. Answer na usika ne beba nasi kanasa. Because you have about 8 people who are unemployed. I say komunye ejuma na ka home hen ha wakakra. And that's where it is. And for me, it is jobs. Beyond all the other policies or the better to jar with agriculture, with industrialization, with tourism, with the regional distribution of the various ministries. I didn't think the whole ministry of agri in Accra. But Accra, you do it for Kennedy saw the Bacon off. I didn't think the whole ministry of energy. Now a Accra. Kennedy saw the Bacon Western region. I didn't think the whole ministry of education. Now Accra. The hub of education is in Central Region. Maybe kwa Disado College. Go for bebre omuti enu. Bebre one ko fancy pima kwa disco, one kwa disco or gasco, one ko gasco kwa holiko, one ko holiko kwa pam, ukos radio. I mean, exactly. My bowl school, my yardis, radio, all those things. So into Osha, Kennedy is going to redistribute the ministries in this country. And do you know what's going to happen? So redistributing ministries in India, not the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources called Ashanti region, or the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology called Sunyani, Bono, and those areas, or the Ministry of Tourism called Volta region. What do you say? Not redistributing ministries in India. That's the say of building Accra as the financial hub. Ubia wo sikebia shon pass bia come and invest into the country, or by building Accra into the financial hub. Now, do you know what has happened? The United States of America, Oko New Yorker, JP Morgan, is directly opposite the United Nations office. What you say? I've been there several times. Accra is going to be a financial hub the way a New York tieno and Kasao. It is empiricism and it is data proven. The way a New York tieno, that's how Ghana is going to be, because we're going to build a financial hub into any Ghana hanumo wosika onto me investing.
Okay. And
that's what Kennedy brings. Okay. Into what Kennedy brings on the table is pragmatism. What you say? Obia or Odin nin cemetery edi yejuma. And you obia obeka keke. Now we jat to honum. What you say? And I think that me try there with UPSA no. They be me catch students and they say, so we make sure say you're prepared for the job market. Because and then me try level 400. They are in their 7th semester. Next semester no more 8th semester and they're out into the job market. One of the things that UPSA say, you must dress well. Professionalism now. Okay. And yesterday, you're graduating from my faculty.
Okay.
Faculty of Management Studies, Business Administration Department.
Okay.
What I leadership, corporate governance, international business, and a public admin. Four courses I betray. What you say? Now, Osha, UPSA, and I like UPSA because I feel is the university of the future. There are a lot of young people now you say dress well. Dress well because in that ecosystem of the university, you have master students who are job owners, industry players. You have PhD students who are industry players. Into your undergraduate, your boss can be in that university.
Sure. Into
dressing anyhow, address of a foul. And to share graduation, the dressing of girls need to be addressed. Say, hey, now graduation, ready for the job market. It's for me.
Yes.
When I look at Kennedy, I'm impressed because of the ecosystem of this country. Benin. Raking a lot of revenue. Benin raking revenue from cotton and tourism. Ghana, everything is good. Debut, cassava can give us a lot. 38 different products. Sugarcane, you bet to me the INMB. Charcoal, you bet to me the INMB. Lithium, bauxite, diamond, all those mineral resources near one. You bet to me the INMB. And I believe in tourism. Kennedy. And Kennedy is the right person for this country.
Okay. All right. Doug, and we wish you well. Ansa na ebe to abananka say be say hia. Just as you say here the obeba.
Meba na me pato me dwom na me to ye no pen aboma me.
Me pen ma boma.
Onyame gina Kennedy echi. So don't bury man.
Thank you.
Ne hu ye hu onyankopon na ne hu ye hu. O ti ase
yes.
The time when David was going to fight Goliath. Or say I am coming against you in the name of my God.
Okay.
And yet David Kitwano, right. Kennedy is coming into the new patriotic party with Yeshua Mashiach. What you say? And know Jesus Christ. The and it's going to be exciting.
Dog, me da se fa se oni e din